You just go for the window. Fat D. This hard-headed pirate likes to keep things moving. He doesn't care how his actions affect others, but at least he gets things done. Lilith. This kind ranger is easy to get along with unless she is dealing with unreasonable people. It's like, where'd my friends go? Trevor's like, oh, they're out east. Ferris. An intelligent wizard who takes everything seriously. He's a little awkward to be around, but is an indispensable ally. And Eli is also like, where'd my friends go? Like, well, now they're up north. Alright then. Eli. A strong warrior and leader of Team Awesome. His good judgment gets him through many a difficult situation. Andrea. The thief. Andrea. This young thief is fast on her feet and almost impossible to catch. She'll steal anything that isn't nailed down if she doesn't have a crowbar. The Andrea Fund Best Contributor Award goes to Team Awesome. Thanks for the 23,160 coins. Now, we may not have told or talked to her 2,316 times, but this counts all the money she stole from us, both at the start of the game and at the partway through, like, Area 5, when we were chasing her. So, yeah. She took a lot of money, dude. Trevor! He's a rookie guard for Gel. He always feels the need to distinguish himself, but how couldn't he? Guards all look the same in that armor. She passed on the book. Garu, a peculiar traveling merchant. She sells many useful healing items. Not much is known about her, and not much needs to be said. Gel Mayor, best mayor. It's like, shut up! Shut up! He's like, oh. The mayor. A politician with a knack for talking fast. He does a good job, mostly because he knows exactly what to do and no one else can keep up with him. Just... Master Heist. Eric, a scientist with great technical skills. His devices and inventions have many interesting applications. Poor lady. Oak. This scientist often gets so wrapped up in his work that he fails to notice what's going on around him. It might seem inconsiderate, but it's really just the depth of his focus. They're testing the orb. Bam. Oak's female accomplice. She knows a great deal of chemistry and likes to perform all sorts of reaction tests during experiments. Like, backs away. Snoot. Snoot! An arrogant jeweler who deals in magical rings. He won't sell his best merchandise for coins, and he has a tendency to offend customers. He's very uptight and snooty. She caught the meow. It worked. Wow. Gold Meowth. This strange Meowth can speak to humans. He loves money and sells items to beasts for any spare change they may have found. Hey, Tom. What, Rika? We got a letter from Eli's group and a few other things as well. Who? Don't you remember? They're the guys who saved our town. Oh yeah, them. What do they want? Well, the letter says, Dear Tom, please take care of these beasts. We worked with them in the Joan region and they're all quite tame. We know you take good care of beasts, so we're putting them in your charge. Thanks, Eli. Okay. So where are the beasts, then? I'll bring them out here. Okay, there's... Cuban, nicknamed Gaben. After a similar skull-wearing baddie from a 3D side-scroller. That would be Kirby 64 The Crystal Shards. He's really timid, and usually keeps to himself, though he doesn't enjoy confrontation. He's strong and purposeful. Maggie, nicknamed Cranky. After a certain decrepit old monkey from a side-scrolling game. That would be Donkey Kong Country. As his name suggests, he is easily irritated. Although quick to anger, he gets a lot done because he likes to keep things moving. Just like 15.
Rhyhorn, nicknamed Ramby.
After a rhinoceros from the same game is Cranky. He's the quiet type. He'll speak his mind when he wants to, but usually keeps to himself. He might seem grim at times, but he's not bad at all.
Bellsprout, nicknamed Dekubaba.
After a snapping plant in an adventure game. Although he rarely says anything, Dekubaba is intelligent and deep. He keeps quiet to better observe what's going on and only speaks when he's sure of himself.
A Nidoran female, nicknamed Nidra.
After a rare in an online fantasy game. That would be Phantasy Star Online, but they named it after something from mythology as well, so I don't really know where the origin of the name Nidra is. I want to say it's Indian, maybe? I don't know. This Nidoran female has a curious nature. She is prone to questioning her surroundings and making decisions accordingly. Thinking quickly is one of her strong points. She's like, hey, here's a male Nidoran.
And Oddish, nicknamed Lovely.
After the dwarf race from an adventure game, that being Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. Lilty is a happy, upbeat little Oddish. He tends to get upset when he can't tell what would be the right thing to do. He wonders about the things he doesn't understand. Alright, I guess I can take care of them since they're already here anyway. The base got a home, yay! Sir Cubone. This young diplomat considers himself high class. He speaks somewhat arrogantly and often sounds like he's bored with his duties. Madame Nidoran. She serves the Lady Nidoqueen, attending to her beck and call. She has a hot temper and won't hesitate to fight anyone off. Lord Marowak. His manner is similar to that of Sir Cubone's. He's well learned and his intelligent comebacks are almost as damaging as his melee attacks. Lady Nidoqueen. A light-hearted, caring beast. Although powerful, she's a pacifist at heart. She speaks on behalf of the Order as part of her duty, but will fight only if she must. Big Boss Rhydon. He's a tough guy that commands a lot of respect from the Rhyhorns he leads. He's the Order's muscle and specializes in individual matters. General Primate. This hard-fisted monkey leads the Jun region's Mankey military. He's the Order's muscle and specializes in large-scale problems. No one can coordinate attacks better than him. Queen Vileplume. She's makes all of the Order's big decisions. She has good judgment and does what she can to protect the Jun region. My god, a typo. I have shamed my family. King Victory Bell. The leader of the Order in all the region. He speaks very officially and sees his decisions carried out through the other members of the Order. She's like, where'd that device go? And then she spotted the orb. She was like, oh, must take Clefable. Although not a part of the Order, she has a great deal of influence in the Jud region. She's a good beast at heart and very clever as well. She wouldn't harm a fly. So much hopping. Mewtwo. This cruel fiend uses his psychic powers to alter the minds of beasts. He can use the Shadow Orb to amplify his strength and affect many creatures at once. And Phoebe. You didn't think I forgot about her, did you? Phoebe. Fat T's girlfriend and partner. They've been together for a long time, but Fat T still manages to make her angry. She knows to be ready for anything with him around. Oh, yes. DK fights off like all the Mankeys. Donkey Kong. This powerful ape is actually a good guy. However, he's a bit stubborn, and has a fierce temper as well. He's a little on the dumb side, but that doesn't hold him back.
Hello, class. Today we'll be learning from Oak's Bestiary of the Jun region. Open your books to the first chapter and we'll begin. Now we'll start with Bellsprout. Bellsprout is found near the river and in the pasture. It can strike foes with its vines or rally other Bellsprouts to its side. Occasionally, they have been known to evolve into Weepinbell. Weepinbell is usually found on plains and by the lake. Weepinbell attacks by throwing sharp leaves and breathing poisonous dust. This creature can evolve a second time into Victorybell. Victorybell only grows out in the wet swamp. Virtue Bell is a dangerous plant. It lures enemies in close, then sprays them with a glowing or a slowing acid. Our next subject will be Butterfree.
You know, I'm not sure we ever actually used acid on anything.
Butterfree lives in the lush fields and the forest clearing. Though beautiful, it is quite dangerous. It can blow gusts of wind that cause slow or drain HP from its victims. We'll move on with Clefable. This mystical beast lives on a rugged and windy paths south of Gel. It can shrink in size to raise its defense and mimic any opponent's ability. How it does this is unknown.
It's just gone.
Next we have Cubone. This creature lives in the canyon and on the path. It isn't very strong, so it tries to fool enemies by sniveling. If angered, it will furiously bash enemies with its bone club. Cubone can evolve into a creature called Marowak. Marowak lives in the mountain cave and on the rugged path. It can skillfully throw its club like a boomerang, as well as call other Earth-type creatures to aid it in battle. We'll move on to Dodrio. This three-headed bird can run quickly. It can speed up its allies and attacks with a flurry of sharp attacks. Now, on to Eevee. This little creature lives in the Stormfield and the canyon. It wags its tail adorably to stop foes from attacking it. It can also use a high-speed attack to do damage. This creature is most peculiar, for it can evolve into one of three others. We'll first discuss Vaporeon. It only lives deep in the swamps. It can spray water powerfully and has the same high-speed attack as before. The second potential evolution is Jolteon. This one can only be found in the lush fields. It strikes foes with a series of hairs from its needle-like coat. It, too, has a high-speed attack. The last known evolution of Eevee is Flareon. This creature can be found out on the windy path. This creature can breathe fire to attack, and also has the same high-speed move.
They're all quick attack.
Now, let's look at Electrode. It lives on the mountain for whatever reason. This strange ball can conduct electricity. It connects foes with a bolt of lightning, damaging all of them at once. Oh, it can tackle too. Up next we have Execute. Execute lives in the forest and swamp. It travels in groups of 6 eggs. It can hypnotize foes into sleep, then drain their HP with strange seeds. It can also evolve into Executor. It grows only in the jungle, probably due to the climate. This bizarre plant can teleport around. It throws exploding eggs to do heavy damage.
But it also lives in the swamp. You're full of crap, Oak.
Let's concern ourselves next with Goldie. This goldfish lives only in the river. All it can do to attack is jab an enemy with the horn on its head. It can evolve into Sea King if it needs to. Sea King can still attack with its horn, but at the speed it uses to climb waterfalls. Now we have Jigglypuff. It's found on the rugged path and in the storm hills. This cute round creature makes foes drowsy by singing, then pounds them senseless. It has been seen evolving into Wigglytuff on occasion. Wigglytuff can also sing. When it attacks, it calls a wave of allies to damage the enemy. Moving on, let's discuss Kangaskhan. Alright, this beast lives in the forest clearing. It plays fetch with its child, which puzzles and worries its opponents. It will then strike with a series of harsh punches. Next we have Lickitung. This bizarre creature lives on the windy path. It lashes foes with its long tongue and can cause stun. It also screeches at a high decibel to confuse foes. Now, we'll look at Mankey. This little monkey lives near the river and in the jungle. It can only attack with its claws, but it can unnerve foes by peering at them oddly. It's known to evolve into Primate. This crazy monkey lives in the dark jungle. It is always in a frenzy, so it attacks with furious blows. Next we have Meowth. This small cat lives in the Stormfield and on the path. It loves money, and it uses it to strike enemies and to make them nervous about how much they own. Meowth evolves into Persian. This classy kitty lives only in the Storm Valley. While hunting, it pounces on foes to lower their attack and claws them up afterward. Moving on, we come to Mr. Mime. This weird thing lives in the jungle. It makes barriers to defend itself and uses powerful mind attacks from behind them. Now, on to Nidoran Female. It's a little like a rabbit and lives in the storm hills and the field. It has sharp claws it can scratch with and calls other Nidorans to help it fight. It evolves first into Nidorina. Nidorina is found on the plains and in the forest. It can screech to confuse enemies, and its double kick is quite potent. It evolves a second time into Nidoqueen. This strong creature is found only in the dense swamp. It has a devastating punch and a strange attack that has strength dependent on that of its mates. Let's see. Next is Oddish. It's a small plant that grows in the storm hills in the pasture. It can drop a spore that causes paralysis and call other Oddishes for help. It evolves into Gloom. Gloom lives by the lake and on the plains. It can toss poisonous dust on enemies or give off a stench that causes confusion. It too can evolve. It becomes Vileplume. This large flower lives in the wet swamp. It has the power to heal allies, but minimally so. It also does a strange dance that pummels the foe with its heavy petals. We've come a long way, and we're almost done. Next is Paris. It's a bug that is found near the waterfall and in the pasture. It attacks with spores that cause drowsiness, and can scratch with the sharp claws on its front legs. It can evolve into a larger insect, Parasect. It lives in the darkest part of the jungle, as well as the rainforest. Its large mushroom contains spores identical to its devolution, and its front legs have sharper edges. The next beast we'll discuss is Pidgeot. This massive bird lives in the forest and clearing. It can blow wind quickly enough to induce dizziness. It also strikes enemies forcefully with its wings. Next we look at Pikachu. A small electric rodent that lives only in the storm field. It creates sparks that spray over all its foes at once. Though it can evolve into Raichu, it seems to prefer not to in this region. Now, moving on to Pinsir. This huge beetle lives only in the swamp. It crushes foes between its pincers, sometimes causing paralysis. Next we have Rapidash. This wondrous flaming horse can only be found on the plains. It runs quickly to blind foes, then stomps them with its sturdy hooves. Next, let's take a look at Rhyhorn. This stone beast lives in a mountain cave. Its stare is intimidating enough to stop foes from attacking. It can do a lot of damage with its horn as well. It grows even stronger when it evolves into Rhydon. Rhydon can only be found on the mountain. It can still attack with its drill horn, but at this size it gains the ability to heavily tackle foes. This can cause slow too. Now for Scyther. This praying mantis lives in the rainforest. It has sharp blades that it can use to slash foes. It can also perform a dance that will raise the strength of its attacks. And next we have Snorlax. This tremendous creature lives in the dark jungle. It thickens its skin to raise immunity to some status problems. It throws its weight around to attack, and may stun. Spearow is our next subject. This tiny bird lives in the canyon and on the path. It can peck to attack, but it usually mimics its opponent's offensive moves instead. Spearow can evolve into Fearow. This terrible bird roosts in and on the mountain. It has a very powerful peck, and it can move at high speeds to blind foes. The next beast is Tauros. This tough bull lives only in the field. If it becomes angered easily, it will stomp its enemies in a fit of rage, then terrorize anything else that's nearby. Our last subjects are Venonat and its evolutionary form. Venonat is a large insect that lives in the swamp and nearby the waterfall. It has a nasty bite that can drain HP. Its furry coat also contains spores that can cause paralysis. It evolves into Venomoth. This specimen only lives in the dense swamp. It can change its elemental type to exploit its foes' weaknesses. Its attacks are not strong, but can be poisonous and/or cause confusion. Well, that's all the beasts in the Jun region. Class dismissed.
Thanks for the lesson, Elg.
Yeah, that was pretty nuts.
We didn't forget anything, did we?
Let's think it over. Did we get all of Snoot's treasures? Yeah, we found all 6.
I don't think Snoot gave us a fair trade for some of those.
What else? I think we found all the spots where beasts helped us.
Yeah, I remember all that crap.
I thought what happened with those turned out to be important.
I remember sitting around wondering what was taking our beasts so long.
Well, what's next? We returned all the stolen items, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
I'd rather have kept some of those items.
We did fine without them. Anyway, moving on. I think we won all the weapons at the battle dojo. Yep, those weapons were pretty good.
Good for selling if we got extras, too.
So what's next? We finished testing Eric's device, right?
Oh yeah, we did all of those. Catching beasts was really tricky to do. It was just annoying. Okay, what's left? I'm pretty sure we got the Shadow Orb back. Of course we did.
Then Rhyhorn stopped us from killing Clefable.
And she was able to help Eric because of it. Wow, I never realized how different things might have been if Rhyhorn wasn't there. It's amazing how one small action can affect everything like that. Okay, I think that's all. We did an awesome job retelling that story.
Yeah, we got it all taken care of.
But did we get all the books? So what came next? Huh? After everything settled down. Well, that stupid mayor spread praise of our work like wildfire.
Yeah, and it wasn't before long that we started getting job requests.
The first one we took was for, I remember now. It was that group mining in the Fossil Mountain.
Oh, jeez, now I remember that.
I seem to recall you made a real pain of yourself, Fatty.
Yeah, but in the end, I was right.
Why don't we talk about that tomorrow? Yes, it's getting too late.
Oh, you guys just wish you found what I did.
Definitely not. We were lucky to get back.
Yeah, keep walking.
Fatty, come on.
All right already.
Completion level 99%. No, we missed something somewhere. Well done. Only missed a handful of unimportant, completely irrelevant, insignificant details. Go back for them. I must have missed a book somewhere. Well, geez. I guess that's going to do it for the moment. Yeah, I'll make an extra episode where I get the last thing in shame. Yup. Catch you later. Bye.